Scratch back with another war recap for you guys. And this is a war that I wasn't super looking forward to. It was only a 10 versus 10 war. A couple of our leaders who have multiple accounts each are out of town and weren't able to participate, so we were down a little bit. But it actually turned out to be a lot of fun, at least on our end. We had some good attacks. It was all Town Hall 9s. Also, my baby girl's here in the background. You might hear some of her commentary as well. She is a huge fan. That's right. So yeah, as my penance for not being as excited about this war as I probably should have, I'm going to bring you all of the attacks, or at least all of the ones that are shown on the main screen. As you can see, they only had 4 attacks, and most of those attacks were just town hall snipe, sort of farming, just trying to get the loot. But we had a perfect war, as you can clearly see, and I think all but 3 of them were 3-starred on the first hit. It was not even close, and I mean, they didn't have the best bases in the world, but there were some decent bases, so I felt like that was pretty respectable. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So Palm going in on the first one, doing it with a Queen Walk, Go Vaho. So you can see, not the best layout, but it is a pretty upgraded base with max defenses, pretty high level heroes, so nothing to shake your head at. So just sends in the single hog, gets the lure, going for the double poison. I'm going to have a drink of coffee. And with all of these attacks and lots of double poisons, I might finish my whole cup of coffee during this video. See what happens. Alright, so the dragon's going to go down, drops the queen with the healers. Just going to let that level 30 queen do her thing. If I recall correctly, she's going to end up walking around the top side of the base, I think, on this one. So that's nice when that Tesla pops, goes on and clears that out. No, so she's gonna head down, and so he's gonna bring the single golem, a couple of wizards up there to create that funnel, and then send in the wall breakers right after that mortar splash hit. Break everything in there. Send in the king and the Valks. There's nowhere for them to go but right in there. And then going to get a jump down. That's going to let them in there to the queen. And then have a heal for them shortly, I believe. But they're going to actually get through this whole compartment really before having to heal them. So the queen's still doing her thing down at the bottom, taking out the enemy king. So finally gets a heal down for those Valks and the king and a wizard down there. Going to start bringing in hogs here shortly, but really just letting those Valks do their thing, start doing some tanking. So all the hogs are in now, gets a heal down for them. They'll almost all converge in there. Get healed back up. And then gets the last heal down. That covers all the rest of those defenses except for the Tesla and the air sweeper. But the king's going over there, sets off a giant bomb on his way, which is awesome. And then he's going to step up and start hitting on that air sweeper. The hogs will come in and get a swing as well. But as you can see, this base is done. Not even close. Boom, 3 stars. So that was the first hit there. So next, Palm also hit number 2. And this one, he did it with a Zapquake La Lune. And just sent a couple minions there just to sort of start funneling. Sends a giant down at the bottom, getting the CC lure. And then Zapquakes the 2 ADs down at the bottom. He's able to get both of them using 2 lightning and 2 earthquake and still have 4 haste for the rest of the attack. Then he's just going to drop his king and then his queen to take out the enemy CC, and then hopefully also get maybe an air defense and the enemy queen. But the main thing is honestly just the CC. So the dragon goes down. That's the important part. And then going to get both of these balloons. The queen is getting targeted pretty good by this cannon, so he's going to pop her ability right there. And step up, get the enemy queen and the air defense. So there's one AD left. And he hadn't even started the main portion of the attack yet. So just sending lava hounds in from sort of all angles of the base, just trying to draw all of the traps that he can, and then targeting loons. He's going to use a haste there to push them in, get them into that air defense quickly. Alright, so there's no ADs left, lots of loons, still got plenty of defenses on the board. But a couple lava hounds. I think still one left that's up doing some tanking maybe. So the air sweeper there is doing a bit of work, but not too much trouble, and it got enough balloons coming in from the backside that he's just going to be able to completely overrun this base. As you see, all the defenses are down, and he probably has 15 loons left on the board, lots of pups. Just, as Gaddy would say, it's a total overkill. And boom, 3 stars. Alright, next on number 3, Forbidden. Going in here, new to our clan. I'm pretty sure it's just an alt for one of our other players, but this is the first time you've seen him on a video. So sends in single hog, gets the lure. This was a cleanup attack. This was one of the ones that did not get 3-starred the first time, I believe. So he knew what he was getting into. I think. I could be wrong there, though. So going with the queen walk here. Gets that wizard down to force her to the south. Going to send in a handful of wall breakers there. That's going to make sure she goes into this compartment, along with a few wizards there on the bottom. That's completely out of reach of everything else, so that's going to force, absolutely make that queen go in there. And then bring in his kill squad with the golems and the wizards here on the top right. Some wall breakers to let that in. And then drops his king. So you see the queen's going to be able to clear out and basically reach all this whole bottom section, so there's going to be no reason for his hogs to go over there. Those raged wizards are able to get through the CC real quick. He had a few more wall breakers to let his queen continue along that way, and then just bring in all of his hogs. They're together sort of in a mass. He had a giant out front doing some tanking there for the initial part, and then he's going to get a heal down for him, keeping them all up. Still got his king and golems doing a lot of tanking. And then that group of wizards up there has really accomplished a whole lot during this raid. Once this wizard tower goes down, it's just the Tesla, and it's over at that point. There's too many hogs for that Tesla to do anything. Boom, 3 stars, nice attack. I love the way he did that. Really directing where his queen went. That was awesome. Alright, let's see. Master going in on number 4. Again, another Valk attack, so he sends in the hog, triggers a giant bomb, and gets the CC lure. Going with a poison. So I believe instead of the double poison, he's actually just going to start with his attack and let his queen or kill squad maybe take out the rest of the dragon's health and save his other poison spell for use on the enemy queen. I've been seeing a decent amount of that lately, and it seems to be pretty effective. A good use of that spell, so you don't have to use a rage. And the queen and wizards will get on there, and it'll go down real quick. So not a worry there. So it gets the jump spell down, and then a poison on the enemy queen. And the idea there is just to slow down how many shots she can take. So she only gets off a shot or two against the Valks, which is no big deal. And then he drops those giants with 4 or 5 hogs behind each one, target them at those defenses. And then he's still got 2 heals. He's going to use one here on the right-hand side and the other there on the left. Just keeping those hogs moving through. Still got 3 hogs left. He'll bring those on the backside. Still got lots of Valks and the king in there and the core. And hardly any defenses left. There goes that last giant bomb, so he does lose a hog and damage some more, but that's the last thing to worry about. From there, it's just cleanup. Got tons of wizards, his queen, and a lot of hogs. No problem, and boom, 3 stars. Great attack. On number 5, we see Jeremiah's World. Again, doing it with some Valks. So this sort of style of base, we've seen it a lot in recent wars. I don't know exactly if this is one of those PCB bases or something along those lines, but it's pretty easy to take out once you sort of figure it out. Especially you throw some Valks in there, and they'll trigger lots of bombs and kill the heroes, and from there, hoggings. No big deal. So opens up that compartment, lets the one golem in to redirect, and then the other one redirects right after it. And then a jump spell to let them all in. Sends in his Valks and his king. He's only doing it with 4 Valks and forgot to take out that army camp. So his Valks are actually going to walk on him. One of them does manage to go in. So he uses his king's ability, takes out the enemy queen. Or sorry, no, he just dropped a rage and let that work through. And there goes his golems, triggering a giant bomb. And then just working the hogs around in a clockwise fashion. Drops a heal for them there, which is good, right over that giant bomb. Still got a heal left. Still got 6 hogs left. Here they come, a couple of them, and then bringing in a couple more. Going to drop that last heal. Let them all meet up there in that heal. Giant bomb going off. Gets a little bit of heal out of it. But there's only a few buildings left. There they go. Drops the poison that time on the king, which was helpful. And then we're just waiting on those hogs to run around, and boom, 3 stars. Number 6, we got Candy. Doing it with a Gola Loon. So drops the 1 hog, gets the CC lure, and then we'll get a poison down on them. Second poison just to finish that off. Let's speed it up a little bit. Dead dragon. Alright, here comes the golems and the wizards. Idea here obviously to get in, get an air defense or 2, and the queen. The CC is already dealt with. Wall breakers in. Once that archer tower goes down, the other golem will redirect. So those golems getting out front, which is just what you want. Slowly working their way in, being real patient on the king. Finally drops it, but a little bit off, so the king's going for a walk. Rages up his queen and gets the jump spell down, so the golems are going to get in there. They'll take out that other air defense. The queen's getting the expo. And then she'll step up and actually start working on the town hall. So he's bringing in lots of balloons, and both lava hounds from the same angle. Probably want to spread those out a little bit just to soak up some more traps. Gets a rage down to help those balloons move through a little bit faster. And they actually get distracted by this Tesla down there and the air sweepers doing some work, but that's okay. Gets down his last lava hound, bringing in a few more loons. He's got his last rage going down there, no spells left. But you can see at this point he's got plenty of loons for what he needs to do. And then the last loon coming in there at the bottom on that cannon. Still got a Lava Hound out front doing some tanking. The Queen's going to finally get that sweeper down so it stops causing trouble. And the last defenses go down now. From there it's just cleanup. And the majority of the base is already gone. Everything's on this side. Gets a split on his balloons, or her balloons, and boom. 3 stars. Alright, let's see Wrath going in on number 7. So you can see this is a similar base to the one Palm did on number 1. Wasn't a good base there, it's not a good base here. So sends in a handful of hogs, gets the CC lure, and drops the poison. Let's speed it up. And they're gone. So drops a bunch of minions to create this funnel here. Nothing's able to target them until they get in range of that archer tower over there. But at that point it's pretty well created. Gets a golem down, some wizards now. So that whole part of the base is just taken out. Drops the jump spell and sends in his queen, his king, and the Valks. The idea here is for them to get in, take out the queen, and some air defenses, because he has a Laloon for the rest of it. So 2 of the air defenses are already down. Gets a heal down for some of those Valks, and uses the king's ability, letting them work their way around. The Valks are going to get in there on the enemy king, and gets a heal down for him just to keep those Valks alive. And here comes the Lava Hounds, just targeting both of them at the same AD, which in this case I think is a good thing. Gets a haste down to just move those balloons in quickly. And then the Valks actually step up and take out one of the air defenses, and then he can bring in loons on that side. That air sweeper is really causing some problems. But finally he's going to be able to get in and get that drop off. And the golem there was helping out as well. So now there's just the cannon, an archer tower, and a Tesla. The Tesla and the archer tower are really the only thing that can do any damage. Let's speed it up. He saved that one balloon for the backside, which was smart. Draw some fire there. So another way of taking out this base. Boom. 3 stars. On number 8, we see Jeremiah's World again. And another similar style attack. Sends in the hog, gets the lure, triggers the bomb. You should be sensing a common theme here. So drops the golems down at the bottom, gets the wizards, creating the funnel. Again, want that nice wide funnel. You gotta make sure you make your Valks go where you want them to. Don't leave them any say in the matter. They'll always choose wrong. Sends in some wall breakers. And then gets the jump spell down. There goes his king and the Valks. They'll get in there and get the enemy queen. Gets a rage down for him. And then just starts bringing hogs on the left-hand side, down at the bottom, working them around. He'll get a heal down for him here in just a second. They'll just sort of wrap around the top part of the base. Brings in some more hogs. All the rest of them. They're under heal. And you can see there's no chance in this not being a 3-star at this point. Just got too many hogs left. Nowhere for bombs to be. His queen's still up. Got wizard for cleanup. This one's over. And boom, 3 stars. And on number 9, we have Lamp. Doing it with a Go La Loon again. He's going to earthquake his way in. Send in the golems, backed up by the wizards. The idea here being to get in here, get the air defenses, get the CC, and get the queen. Which you can see, just based on the positioning, not going to be a problem. Gets a poison down on the CC troops and a rage. The queen and the wizards are just going to get through that CC super fast. Air defenses going down almost simultaneously. Going to take a second for, there we go, here goes the second one. And he's already bringing in the La Loon portion. Wrapping it around, targeted those loons at each of these defenses. And has the haste to get those balloons in quickly. Take out that air defense. Still got 2 lava hounds, finally 1 busts. But he's still got 2 hastes left. He's going to get 1 down here. And it is over. Look at all the balloons he's got left. Great attack, well executed, well planned. Boom, 3 stars with the swag in the middle. And this last one may not even really be worth watching. It was a Town Hall 8, so Lamp just brings Dragaloon against it. Zapquake's one of them, one of the ADs. Then he's going to drop his heroes on the left, just as sort of the funnel here, and then drops a dragon up at the top. Just trying to force his dragons and balloons there right into the other air defenses, coming behind the air sweeper so that it's not causing problems. So slowly dropping in some more dragons. Goes on and uses his King's ability just to keep him up as long as possible. Gets a poison down on the CC troops. Uses a rage just to get those dragons moving through the base, and they'll step up here on the CC troops as well. And then has loons coming in all over the place. So both of the air defenses are down, and he's got a ton of dragons and balloons left. I'm just going to speed it up. He's got the rage down. I mean, that was completely unnecessary. But it's a bully attack. What are you going to do? Didn't even use his CC. Boom. 3 stars. So, perfect war, guys. That's a good way to bounce back, and sort of expected on all Town Hall 9s. There's no excuse for not doing that. So, nice job. It looks like this next war will also be a 10v10. Maybe I can pull enough for 15. We will see. But after that, we should have the rest of our leadership back and be able to get back up to our normal wars. So until next time, this is Gratch from King Trolls, bringing you the boom.
Here comes the ready or not. Here comes the boys from the south. Here comes the ready or not.